So I'm in a bit of a pickle. I don't really know if it is clear.
Okay, so happy. We've finally got some sort of astrophotography. We'll finally get to go home and edit some good astro pictures. So happy to finally get some sort of astro shot. Should fit perfectly inside of it. Or you can just play about with it. Okay, so welcome to this video. I don't know if it's going to be part of a monthly vlog or like the monthly astro vlogs or a standalone video. We're climbing Ben Nevis tomorrow, so this is the night before. The weather is just awful this month and it's soon going to be a bright moon, so I have no idea what's happening astrophotography wise. I'm having no luck. That's been 4 months now. I've not really done anything, so I'm just really getting angry now. So I'm just going to document this anyway because, you know, it's night sky related. We're hiking Ben Nevis, the tallest mountain, at night, so it's going to be really cool to document it. We raised over £200 to the charity, which is an end of life charity, so thank you very much for everyone who's donated. It's really good to do a good cause, and yeah, it's just a win-win for everyone. We get to climb a mountain at night and raise money for charity, so cool win-win for everyone. And hopefully next time I see you, we'll be in Fort William, hopefully when there's no rain. So that's us arrived in Fort William. It's a wee bit rainy here. Hopefully it clears up a wee bit, but I really don't think so. I think it's going to be quite a wet night, unfortunately. But it'll still be a really good experience and awesome to capture on camera. We've got everything in the back, all sorted. We're staying the night after tonight, so tomorrow night as well. So making a weekend of it, but hopefully get some sort of view at the top and a good picture somewhere. Yeah, but a couple of hours we're meeting at the Fort William Shinty Club and getting a minibus to the start of the trek, and then we'll head up. We took our time getting packed up as we wanted to make sure we had everything, and because of the uncertain weather we had to problem solve because we knew it wasn't going to be cold, but we knew it could also rain. We had about an hour to register and collect our maps and armbands for safety. You can see here how many people were taking part in the challenge, much more than I thought. And the weather was just not giving up. The cloud was getting lower and lower and raining a wee bit, so we knew we'd be hiking through the clouds.
Coach turning up in about 15 minutes. So it's going to be a fair shot to it, I'm sure.
I did do a bit to camera here, but somehow I lost the footage, but I was pretty much just explaining I'm not taking my camera because the weather was just getting terrible, but I did leave my camera behind. The good thing though, because I got a new phone, if I do get any sort of clear spells, that I can take pictures of the night sky with my phone, because it's well, it's a modern phone now, so fingers crossed for that. I might get some stars with the phone camera. After a quick 10-minute bus journey, we arrived at the start of the hike, and we just had a few briefings before we started going up.
We're going to go in mass, and then there's going to be a natural kind of split. But obviously we've got 5 of us, so it's going to be front marker with...
The start of the hike was really easy. For about an hour it was just following a nice maintained path. I was in my shorts, it was like 17 degrees, even though it was raining, it was pretty warm. But as we got higher, as you can see, look at the big line of us going up. As we got higher, the wind and rain started, which made it a wee bit more challenging. I had to put the phone away at this point because as we got higher, the visibility got really bad, and we kind of lost everyone who we were kind of hiking with. So we were about an hour and a half at the top of Ben Nevis on our own because we couldn't see anyone. Luckily, on our way down, we finally bumped into a huge group which was full of guides, so the guides kind of lost everyone. But yeah, finding and navigating, you know, the summit of Ben Nevis with no visibility, like meters visibility, was pretty hard on our own. But thankfully, yeah, we caught up to everyone, and on the way back down it was much better. even though we've just came up this path, going down it a few hours later when there was a bit of light and the mist was lifting, it just felt like a totally different walk because we didn't see this landscape coming up. So it was good to see everything opened up and we could actually start enjoying the landscape. So after 7 hours of hiking, so we started the hike at midnight and this was about 7 o'clock in the morning, we finally got back to base. Great experience, but yeah, it was hard to navigate in the low visibility. So yeah, really tough at the top, but it was great to do it. So definitely be back when it's much clearer skies. And then the next night, spent the night in Fort William, so we could just keep looking up at Ben Nevis. It's a beautiful mountain.
So it's a few weeks after hiking Ben Nevis, and I'm here to try and capture the full moon, which is a blue moon. It's the second full moon of this month. So as you can see, I'm in my rain jacket because it's currently raining. So obviously that's not a good sign, but it's one of those bits of weather where it's kind of cloud, rain, sun, cloud, rain, sun. And because I've not been out in so long, I'm giving it a go. So I'm just going up a local hill near Scone, and I'm just going to hope for some luck. So I'll see it at the top of the hill and hopefully the sky's clear. Don't know. So that's me at the top of the hill now. It took about 20 minutes to get up here, which was nice and easy. You can see behind me there's a wee patch of clear skies on the horizon, so fingers crossed it stays there. Yeah, it's about an hour till moonrise, so just have to enjoy the views for the next hour, and hopefully the clear skies on the horizon just stays and holds for another hour. Well, I can feel slowly that the season's coming back a wee bit. You can see a bit more stars at night, so things are starting to swing back in the right direction. So that's been about 4 months for like no astro. I mean, we had maybe one show of noctilucent clouds and then one good moonrise, and that's it. 4 months with no stars. The weather's not been that great as well. The end of the summer in Scotland has just been low pressure after low pressure. I think all this, European heat wave has just blocked weather patterns, so we've just been getting Atlantic for the past 2 months. So we've not really had any like roasting hot days. It's just been cloud and rain and cloud and rain, cloud and rain, sun, blah. So it's been a nightmare, and yeah, it's just been a tough couple of months for me. Summer, it's been a bit of a nightmare. I've been, my full-time job as well has been busy, and I've been doing a lot of training with that. So I've just been, doing a lot of things personally as well, and then doing things, setting up for the season, a lot of laptop work. I'm doing projects on the laptop that will come out during the season as well, so I'm looking forward to that, but it's just been a lot of work. So the past few months has just been hell for me. Good, but everything goes in the right direction. But I'm just glad to finally get out again, get the gear out. It's good hiking a hill, and hopefully we get a moonrise to end this month pretty much. I mean, we've only did that Ben Nevis and now this, so fingers crossed for this moonrise just to save it. So I'm in a bit of a pickle. I don't really know if it is clear. The horizon's got like so dark, and it's kind of a mix between cloud and clear and darkness. I don't really know what is cloud and what's clear. So the moon's going to rise in the next couple of minutes. I'm just going to hope. I'm just going to set up everything and just hope. So fingers crossed. I'll give this about 10 minutes, and then if it doesn't appear in 10 minutes, it should be rising like right now. So I'll give it a few minutes to get above the horizon. So I'll give it 10-15 minutes, and if not, then it's another month with nothing. But typical, if you look to the north, look, it's nice and clear, it's clearing nicely. I mean, I've got the moon, I can see the moon, so I suppose it's a success. But is it going to be a lovely picture? Probably not. It's really like faint behind clouds, so well, I suppose I've got some sort of astro shot for this month. That's something.
Yeah, let's really hope that September gets better, because you know, my content is completely dying just now. So it's the next day. I'm going to try the moonrise again, because yesterday was obviously a bit of a fail. The weather's much better today and the moon is pretty much 100% now, so it's going to be 100% tonight and tomorrow. But today is better because it's lighter, so it'll be better for photography. It's not going to be so dark, and yeah, the weather's actually looking really good. So I'm at Canoe Hill in Perth. I chose this location because the River Tay makes this sort of S-line shape in the landscape, and the moon aligns perfectly above it, so it's going to look awesome if it all turns out. I'm probably going to take a time lapse, and yeah, the moon rises in about 5 minutes, so things are looking good. I might actually get an astro shot on like near enough the last day of the month, so let's just get set up. So that's the setup now, and typical, probably the only big cloud in the sky is pretty much in the area of the where the moonrise is. I don't know why that is. Pretty much every time you capture moonrise there's always a bit of cloud in the area, but I think there is a good gap that we will get something. So yeah, just time to set up the time lapse and wait. I don't know why as well, but social media is like alight with all this super blue moon thing. Everyone's kind of going mad about it, which is cool. It gets people interested in it, but it's weird that they make such a big fuss over that full moon, which happens every 28 days. So it's a bit weird, but it's good that it gets people out. So hopefully capture a good picture of this moon, because a lot of people are pretty much out hunting it. Right, so it's just a few minutes away. I know roughly where the moon's going to rise, but I'm just not sure on what I want in the foreground. If I want a bit of the river, or zoom really close in so the moon's big, but then it means losing a bit of river. So I'm kind of just waiting to see a little speck of it just to adjust, and then press the time lapse. My intervalometer needs to be replaced. It's not very reliable because I drowned it in the sea in Iceland. The rust's just getting too much, so it's a bit temperamental just now. So hopefully if I press play on it, it stays. But yeah, any second now the moon's gonna rise, so I'm excited to actually get a good moon picture. I'm pretty confident. Okay, so happy. We've finally got some sort of astrophotography. Thank God, it's actually looking really, really cool. It's a really orange colour just because it's so near the horizon. There is a wee bit of clouds, but it's making quite a cool effect, so I think the time lapse will look awesome. But Jesus, I'm kind of just so happy. I'm just appreciating it for a bit. Well, finally get to go home and edit some good astro pictures. So happy to finally get some sort of astro shot. I don't know if it'll be out tomorrow. I think it is a bit clear tomorrow, but because the moon's a wee bit later, it'll be a wee bit darker, so it's pretty hard to photograph. So yeah, very happy with tonight, and hopefully I got some good images and you'll see them now. So the results I got from that night was really good. Nice to see the landscape and a kind of orangey, yellow, reddy moon come above the horizon. But I did learn a new technique. So I waited for the moon to get a wee bit higher and then tried out this technique. I've seen it a lot online and I wanted to try and replicate it myself. So I played about in Photoshop, and I just thought I would quickly show you what I did just to replicate this image, because it is a cool effect. And yeah, hopefully you can use it too, and it just brings out the moon, the full moon effect more. So pretty much, obviously, go into Photoshop, you've got the two. So to get this effect, it looks like this, by the way. That's what we're trying to get here. And to get that, we go into Photoshop and pretty much, well, when you're on the field, take a normal exposed image like this, and then take just a wee bit more of exposed image, just like that. So just crank the ISO up or take down the shutter speed or whatever you have to do, just to get a wee bit of an overexposed image. So what we're doing is pretty much just blending that image, which has got the detail, onto that, and it makes the moon look nice and kind of bright. So what we do is very, very simple. You could probably do it yourself if you even thought about it. We're just selecting the moon using the quick selection tool. We're going to move it over to the overexposed image. It should fit perfectly inside of it. You can just play about with it. So it's not like, I've shot this with the Sigma 150 to 600, so I had to kind of crop in. So sometimes the cropping is not perfect with both of them. So what we're doing is pretty much trying to overlap the overexposed image. So we're just wanting the glow around the moon, which is easy enough. And I kind of enter that. So that looks meh. It's okay, but you can kind of see it's been pasted on. So what you do, we're just trying to get rid of the edges, because the edges are a wee bit too refined, and you can just see the edges of it. So what did I do? I went to eraser. Yeah, so you go to the eraser tool, and then you want the hardness like way down, just so it's kind of just taking away the edge. So it's still got the detail of the main image, but you're wanting the edge away around. And then all you pretty much do is just go around the edge, like right around the edge. As you can see, it's kind of taking away that hard edge. You can see I've not aligned it perfectly, but I can change it about. But there you go. It's pretty much fitted anyway. But I can kind of see I've not lined it up perfectly. But zooming out wise, look at that. You've got a beautiful glowing moon image. So it's just not an underexposed, a well exposed image of the moon pasted on top of the overexposed image. So it's kind of like I think people call it HDR or whatever. But yeah, it's a double exposure, but taken within 30 seconds of itself. So it is real, but it's just a cool effect. So yeah, overexposed and a normal exposed one, easy enough, and it's just a cool effect. So I just thought I'd show you that in case you want to replicate it yourself. And that's all for August. So it was quite a tough month, but at the end of the month, it kind of saved us with the full moon. Hopefully September gets much better, which I'm sure it will be. We just need this moon to get out of the sky, and then we can get the dark skies again. So thank you very much for watching. Can't wait to get back into the swing of things. Thanks for watching again. Cheers.